line of credit. Apply today at your local U.S. Bank. Visit usbank.com. Go ahead. Bring your dreams to life. You've got the strength of U.S. Bank behind you. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You may already know about the EPB's Roundup program, where you can round your electric bill up to the nearest dollar, and that money goes to community relief to help those who are less fortunate pay their electric bill. You can now increase the charitable amount you add to your EPB bill to any amount you choose, $1, $2, $5, $10, or even more. Say your electric bill is $94.14 and you want to round it up by $5. Your bill would actually be $100. To make your change to your EPB bill, contact the Glasgow EPB.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Good morning, everybody. Here on WCLU, it's 69 cool degrees this morning as we get ready to get your week started off with Good Morning Live. We'll, of course, start off with the weather forecast from the Weather Channel.
Clouds in, and as long as upper-level low pressure is spinning around, we will continue to have more showers, thunderstorms in our forecast. They're not out of the forecast until sometime on Wednesday, so the pattern holds. More rounds of showers, thunderstorms, with dry periods mixed in today. The clouds will quickly start to gather. We'll get some partial sun at times. Isolated showers, thunderstorms it is. Better chance in the afternoon when we get some of that daytime heating, 80 degrees. Showers and thunderstorms will threaten as we head on through tonight. And then a scattering of showers and thunderstorms for Tuesday. Actually, the coverage Tuesday might be a little bit better than today. Highs will be in the low 80s, and then with sunshine coming back by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll start seeing temperatures respond. Cloud, sun, 87 on Wednesday, sunshine Thursday in the upper 80s, and Friday partly cloudy with highs in the upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Taking a look at the constant coverage in studio radars, you can see up and down 65, fairly clear this morning. Most of the rain activity is east of us near Somerset and Lexington, also northeast of Frankfort there. Let's move a little bit south down the Tennessee line and see what's coming our way. Of course, yesterday, everything was moving to the southeast. Not sure if that's going to be a continuous trend today, but as of right now, looks pretty clear in our listening area here on WCLU. Taking a look at the current conditions, we are at 92% humidity. We have calm winds. The barometer's at 29.85, and precipitation is at 0.09 of an inch over the last 24 hours. We got quite a bit this weekend, much needed rain as well. And that's the first check of local weather. Now we'll have our first check of local news live at the newsroom. It's News Director Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Wes. A Friday afternoon accident claims the life of a Smiths Grove woman just past 1 Friday afternoon. The Barron County Sheriff's Office was called to the 8000 block of New Bowling Green Road in reference to a vehicle versus pedestrian accident. According to the Sheriff's Office, 54-year-old Timothy Dick of Columbia was driving eastbound in a Ford F-250, noticed someone on the side of the road by a mailbox. As Dick's truck got closer, 73-year-old Barbara Goodall of Smiths Grove started across the road. Dick told deputies he blew his horn and moved partially off the roadway to try and avoid hitting Goodall, yet she continued to cross. Goodall collided with the driver's side of the vehicle. She was pronounced dead at the scene by the Barron County Coroner's Office. Dick was uninjured in the accident. More than 500,000 Kentuckians covered by Medicaid will have their dental, vision, and non-emergency medical transportation benefits restored, retroactive to July 1. Now, while this announcement comes as a sigh of relief for more than 500,000 Kentuckians who lost benefits without notice, the threat to Medicaid coverage isn't over. A new federal comment period is an attempt to reapprove the very same requirements and penalties proposed in the governor's 1115 Medicaid waiver that was recently blocked by federal court. The Kentucky Voices for Health are again collecting comments with the hope the state and federal administrators will listen closely to the needs and concerns of Kentuckians and work collaboratively with stakeholders to design a waiver that will truly move Kentucky's health, economy, and quality of life forward. Now, the Federal Reserve System was created by the Federal Reserve Act of December of 1913, when it established a new central bank intended to serve as a formal lender of last resort to banks in times of crisis, panics where depositors try to withdraw their money faster than normal fractional reserve-based bank could pay it out. Now, the Chamber of Commerce welcomed the president of the St. Louis Federal Reserve Bank, James Bullard. Bullard's been president and CEO since April of 2008. He directs the activities of the bank's head office in St. Louis, as well as 3 branches in Little Rock, Louisville, and Memphis. In addition, he also participates in the Federal Open Market Committee, that's the Reserve's principal monetary policy-making body. He's an accomplished economic theorist whose fundamental contributions to monetary economics and policy analysis are highly regarded in the profession. Now, the People's Bank brought Bullard to town, and he sat down for a very informal, candid interview with the media on Friday. Now, yield curves were a big topic not only at the chamber breakfast, but also in the meeting. And unless you're an economist or you just love numbers, it's easy to get bogged down in the terminology. Basically, a yield curve shows the interest rates across different contract lengths, 2 months, 2 years, 20 years, etc., for a similar debt contract. The curve shows the relation between the level of interest rate and the time to maturity known as the term of the debt for a given borrower in a given currency. For example, the U.S. dollar interest rates paid on U.S. Treasury for various maturities are closely watched by many traders. They're commonly plotted on a graph, such as the one which is informally called the yield curve. Now, historically, yield curves have been a good indicator of a recession, meaning as the curve flattens out, a recession can be expected within a year. Well, right now, that yield curve is flattening out, and Bullard spoke to that point.
Yeah, I think it's it's a great point. It's one I've been emphasizing. The yield curve inversion has been a great signal for the U.S. economy of impending recession. So it could be that this time is different. It could be that something special. But I've learned over the years to respect this signal. And what it really is bond traders having a different view of the prospects for the U.S. economy than what the Fed might have. The Fed is at the short end of the curve, but the bond traders, global bond traders, are at the long end. And they're making an assessment about how much growth they think is out there, how much inflation they think is out there. So when the yield curve is inverted, you could interpret that as a clash between what global markets are thinking and what the committee is thinking. And I wouldn't mind telling a story that this time is different and that it's okay, but I don't think we have to do that. Inflation's low, inflation's under control, inflation expectations are low. So I just don't think we have to go test whether we can invert the yield curve and get away without having a recession. We don't need to do that in this situation.
During the breakfast, Bullard also spoke to the fact that he was a supporter of free trade. I asked, without any safeguards in place, how can a race to the bottom in a free trade global economy be prevented? Meaning, how can one country undercut another country, which undercuts that country, and wind up with people with absolutely no power making all the products?
No, I think you can produce great goods all around the world. French wine is pretty good.
I agree.
Kentucky bourbon is pretty good, and consumers around the world should get to drink Kentucky bourbon if they want, and they should get to drink French wine if they want. And so I don't see it as a situation where it's impoverishing to French wine workers or to Kentucky bourbon makers to allow that. What you want is those that are the best producers of products, either luxury products or staples products, any kind of product. You want the best producer to get the largest market share, because that's what competition is supposed to do.
Again, Bullard was in town with the People's Bank. Well, the Glasgow City Council's got a pretty light agenda for tonight's meeting. They'll recognize Roger Clinton, who's retiring from the Glasgow Airport Board, and Daniel Williams for his accomplishments at Special Olympics. 911 Director Chris Freeman will be addressing the council about the Missing Kids Readiness Program. The council is expected to pass an ordinance for natural gas right away and a lease to the Glasgow Airport. Now, on the agenda, the council is expected to go into closed session to discuss pending litigation. While absolutely no specifics were given on the agenda, it's likely the council will be given an update on the suit that's been filed against the city, along with other entities on behalf of the estate of Kristen Edwards. Edwards' body was found in the Green River in Hart County, and according to court documents, she had attempted to call 911 on the day of her murder. The City Council meeting will begin tonight at 7 o'clock in the City Council chambers in City Hall in downtown Glasgow. The meeting, of course, as always, is open to the public, but you can catch the live stream as well online at WCLUradio.com, watch WCLU.com, and on WCLU Radio's Facebook page. It's 6:15 a.m. on this Monday morning, 69 degrees.
Have you
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out.
In more local news, Kentucky Sports Radio will be live in Metcalfe County this morning at 9 a.m. at the Old School Cafe. So don't miss this morning's 7 o'clock news edition, as we'll be talking to Metcalfe County School Superintendent Dr. Benny Lyle to get all the details. Also during the 7 o'clock hour, we'll speak to Jeff Jesse. He's the manager of the Gap 14 and under All-Star Little League baseball team. They've had some big wins lately, and they're headed to state. Again, all that will happen during the 7 o'clock hour. When Western Kentucky University's president, Tim Caboni, took over more than a year ago, he said he wanted to visit each of the 27 counties in WKU's service area. He spent the summer doing just that, as Amy Bingham explains in this week's View from the Hill.
At the end of the day, the best communication is one-on-one.
That sums up exactly why WKU President Tim Caboni is spending the summer crisscrossing South Central Kentucky.
To understand from where our students come, that if we have a service region, how are we serving each one of those counties in a way that's important to the county?
He typically meets with city and county leaders as well as educators. A recent driving tour of Simpson County offered a better understanding of the area's economic development.
The logistics here, the access and proximity to the interstate, and then the growth of the automotive industry has truly allowed this county to capitalize on that and attract companies from all over the world.
Food has also played a big role in this fact-finding mission.
Having a milkshake, having a hamburger, having some barbecue, having some fried fish, having some fried chicken livers. I've eaten all of that on this trip.
Building long-term relationships in the process.
The work is fun. It will pay off in the long term. Maybe not for my waistline, but for the university.
Reporting for WCLU, I'm Amy Bingham.
And with WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. Right now it is 6:19 a.m., 69 degrees.
The deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
Friday produced an EF1 tornado in Hart County and an EF0 tornado in Metcalfe County. Kentucky utilities managers say there are still some people in the state who don't have power after Friday's storms. In fact, KU over the weekend said that it could be Tuesday afternoon before everyone gets their electricity restored. Lexington resident Parker Floyd tells WKYT he's still without power.
Lights blinked for a minute, 5 minutes later they were out. They've been out since 3 o'clock Friday afternoon.
Over 12,000 customers in Lexington still didn't have power as of 2:30 p.m. Sunday. KU technician Mike Lincavage tells WKYT.
It's pretty widespread and it's not real centralized.
Hundreds of workers from 5 different states are in Kentucky to provide assistance in restoring power across the state. A Kentucky man is among the 17 people killed in a deadly tour boat accident in Branson, Missouri. Butch Coleman of Harlan County lost his life Thursday when the tour boat capsized during severe weather. Coleman graduated from Harlan Independent High School in 1967. Charles Morton, the superintendent of Harlan Independent Schools, tells WYMT.
We just felt like as a community we ought to at least extend our thoughts and prayers to them and let them know that while the rest of the country is thinking about them and praying for them, their hometown is as well.
The electronic sign in front of Harlan High School now reads thoughts and prayers for the Coleman family in honor of Butch and his family. And Kentucky Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes says she has selected attorney Erica Galian to serve as Assistant Secretary of State and Chief of Staff for the office. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
For fast, easy, and secure electronic banking, Community Trust has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We now have even more great services like Apple Pay, make payments directly from your smartphone, and People Pay, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet to learn more at ctbi.com. That's ctbi.com.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Operation Lifesaver presents a 30-second lesson in common sense. Deodorant is not a shower. It's wrong to feed a baby salsa. Don't wear a kilt on a windy day. Never ask a bride why she's wearing white. Don't keep mouthwash next to the antifreeze. Don't buy sushi on sale. Close your mouth when you hang glide. Don't clap after a eulogy. Always walk with pie. Do I look fat? The answer is no. And most importantly, never, ever, ever forget your common sense around railroad tracks. A message from Operation Lifesaver. Visit commonsenseuseit.com.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com. In area funeral announcements of this hour, Nancy Ellen Richardson, age 77 of Glasgow, died Friday at T.J. Sampson Hospital. The Barron County native was a daughter of the late B.F. and Bessie Beam Matthews. She was also preceded in death by her husband, Sam Richardson, and her three brothers, John, Billy, and Tommy Matthews. Nancy was a 1959 graduate of Hiceville High School, a retired finance office of the Glasgow Board of Education, and a member of the Glasgow Cumberland Presbyterian Church, where she had also been a Sunday school teacher for 35 years. She is survived by her daughter, Ellen Richardson Sullivan, and husband Tim, her son Kevin Richardson and wife Terry, all of Ocala, Florida, 5 grandchildren, Emily and husband Brett Martin, Katie and husband Clinton Slyer, and Eric and wife Shelby Sullivan, all of Ocala, and Sam Richardson and Drew Richardson, both of Glasgow. 2 great-granddaughters, Kennedy Slyer and Holland Slyer of Ocala, 1 sister, Madonna Young, and husband Mike of Glasgow. Several cousins, nieces, and nephews also survive. Funeral services for Nancy Ellen Richardson will be at 1 p.m. Thursday at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home with burial in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation will be after 3 p.m. on Wednesday at the funeral home. Alternate expressions of sympathy may take the form of memorials to the Glasgow Cumberland Presbyterian Church. Cora Orlena Fraser, age 88 of Edmonton, passed away Saturday at Diversicare in Glasgow. She was the daughter of the late Carl and Mary Orlena Bell Fraser. She was a homemaker and member of the Edmonton Baptist Church. Funeral services for Cora Orlena Fraser will be at 1 p.m. Tuesday at Butler Funeral Home in Edmonton with burial in the Metcalf Memorial Lawns. Visitation will be from 5 until 8 p.m. today and after 9 a.m. Tuesday at the funeral home. She is survived by 1 sister, Sue Hood of Glasgow, 1 nephew, and 6 nieces, Kay and husband Rick Hope of Summershade, Pam and husband Gary Grubbs of Glasgow, Gary and wife Norma Jean Phillips of Edmonton, Carla Leedy of Bowling Green, Dr. Mary Hood of New Orleans, Kelly and husband Tim Bills of Glasgow, and Linda and Mike Jesse of Louisville. Several great-nieces and nephews also survive. Besides her parents, she was preceded in death by 2 sisters, Jeanette Phillips and Virginia Janes. Alva David Crown, 87, of Bowling Green, passed away Saturday at his residence. The Warren County native was the son of the late Walter Edward and Stella Hedrick Crown and is preceded in death by several siblings. He is the husband of the late Betty Sue Allen Crown and was preceded in death by a son, David Crown. He was a self-employed painting contractor, a member of Lewis Chapel Methodist Church, and a U.S. Army veteran. He is survived by 2 daughters, Wanda Crown and Sharon Brooks, and husband Charles, 1 son, James Crown, and wife Liz, 4 grandchildren, Crystal Hawthorne and husband Dustin, Matt Douglas and wife Amanda Martinez, Kelly Crown, Renee Maston and husband Jake, 5 great-grandchildren, 1 brother, Johnny Crown and wife Irene, 1 sister, Linda Belk. Several nieces and nephews also survive. Funeral services for Alva David Crown will be at 11 a.m. Wednesday at the Hardy & Son Funeral Home, Bowling Green Chapel, with burial to be at the Highland Church Cemetery with military honors provided. Visitation will be from 4 until 8 p.m. Tuesday at the funeral home. Janice Orton, age 80, died Friday at her son's home. She was cared for by her family and hospice. She enjoyed spending time with her family as well as being outside with nature. She was a longtime sister of Jehovah's Witness in both Southbury, Connecticut, and Bonneville. She is survived by her brother, Leonard Hicks of Virginia, 2 sons, John Orton and wife Tracy of Glendale, and Wayne Orton and wife Loretta of Bonneville. 1 daughter, Pam Devers, and husband Daniel of Bonneville. 6 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren also survive. A graveside service for Janice Orton will be held at 10 a.m. Wednesday at the Concord Cemetery. Funeral arrangements are under the direction of the Seago Funeral Home. Tammy Sue Toms Glass, age 55, of Glasgow, died Saturday at NHC Healthcare. She was a store manager of Junior Foods and was a member of Glasgow Faith Church. She is survived by a son, Kenneth Glass Jr. of Glasgow, a daughter, Michelle Carver of Glasgow, and grandchildren Kaylee, Brantley, and Brenlin Glass, and Gage Carver. Her special great-nephew and niece, Hunter Updegraft and Kyra Lewis. 3 brothers, Dennis Toms and Billy Joe Toms of Glasgow and David Toms of Bowling Green. 2 sisters, Becky Peden, Charles of Glasgow, and Cindy Halstead of Bowling Green. A brother-in-law, Terry Nunn of Smith's Grove, and several nieces and nephews. Funeral services for Tammy Sue Toms Glass will be held at 1 p.m. tomorrow at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home with burial in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation will be today from 2 until 8 p.m. and tomorrow morning until time for services. Funeral services for Paul Lewis Brown, age 51, of Knob Lick, will be held at 2 p.m. today at the Butler Funeral Home with burial in the Locust Grove Cemetery. Visitation will be from 9 a.m. until time of service today at the funeral home. Funeral services for James E. Knoll, age 78, of Glasgow, will be held at 1 p.m. today at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Visitation is in progress. A private burial will be later. Funeral services for Danny Lewis Hickman, age 71, of Glasgow, will be at 1 p.m. today at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home with burial and military honors provided by Glasgow DAV Chapter 20 at the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day, free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Live, and I want to talk about birthdays here in just a moment. All you got to do is give me a call here at 270-651-9149, or for those of you watching on the Facebook Live feed this morning, my wife Elizabeth, Brandy Coe, Brandon Fletcher, Leslie Brown's on there. It looks like Grant Lawrence is on there, as well as a few more people. So Donita Runyon, of course, is tuning in this morning. Shout out to you guys, and we'll be doing the birthday list here in just a moment. Stay with us here on WCLU.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea
Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
Hey, Miss Brenda Ballard, good morning to you on Facebook Live. And we've got other names to mention. These are our birthday honorees for today. We've got Grant Tittle turning 16 today. Grant Wood turns 8 today. Ashley Martin with a birthday. McCree Houchins. Taylor Dillingham has a birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Taylor. Also, Alan Pennycuff. We've got a gong to give out. I don't know if Dad does this or not, but 75 is a milestone. That's Dale Young. One more time, Dale. 2 gongs for 75 today. Continuing with our list, we've got Aubrey Russell turning 2 years old today. That'll be a fun birthday for sure. We've also got William Blake Howard. Elijah Wood is 13. Also looks like Jonathan Detillo is 23 years old today. And Janet Wyatt is 65 today. From all of her friends at Temple Hill High School, Janet, you get an extra gong today. Again, it doesn't end with a 0, but 65 is a big one. That used to be when you could start drawing retirement. So, Aaron, grab that phone, and we'll have you come on and tell us those birthdays in a moment. We've got anniversaries today for Joe and Barbara Hatchett. Also, Justin and Shauna Wood celebrating 14 years together. That's a nice couple, I know for sure. I know Shauna. Really nice lady. We've got Roy and Shirley Deckard turning 24 years, celebrating 24 years of marriage. And Hannah and Seth Edmonds celebrating their 2nd year of marriage. And what a nice couple for Hannah and Seth Edmonds. Wonderful people over there. Good morning, Justin Heiser. Good morning, Ray Bradley. Terry Pruitt. Good manic Monday morning. Aaron's already got that one on for you. And Dale Copus says good morning on Facebook Live as well. Dale did a fine sermon in here yesterday if you got to hear that from the Dover Church. Aaron, you got anything for us over there?
Oh, we had an update on a birthday from yesterday, Miss Louise Glass. We'll have to check and see if we had her or not. But
well, I don't know if we had her or not. I was here this weekend.
Gotcha.
But hey, there's nothing wrong with a belated birthday.
Yeah.
So, Louise Glass, keep enjoying that birthday. Birthdays and life is just something to celebrate in general.
Also like to wish my niece, that was Aubrey Russell.
Aubrey Russell?
Celebrating her 2nd birthday. That is my niece.
Oh, are you going to that birthday party today?
Oh, we had it Saturday.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
Is that what the barbecue
That's
is
why
for?
I had to borrow those chairs
This is
for.
where you borrow the election chairs.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so that wraps it up. Let me tell you about our Good as Gold person of the day. Thank you, Angela. Our Good as Gold person of the day is... Throw that graphic up there for me, Aaron.
I'll be honest, Wes, I don't know who it is.
It's Grant Tittle.
Grant Tittle.
We can work on that graph.
Yeah, I will.
Of course, Grant Tittle is Sweet 16 today. If you see Grant around town, be sure you pat him on the back and tell him he's good as gold from his friends here at WCLU and a little taste of Texas, where good friends meet for great food and home for the best steaks in town. And we'll be giving away a free meal to a little taste of Texas this Friday. Grant Tittle, Mr. Sweet 16 today, is the first of 5 contestants in that cowboy hat Little Taste of Texas drawing. Last week we drew Sydney Robertson's name, who was turning 21 on Friday, and she won, and she already called in this weekend wanting to know how to get her prize. So for those of you all who don't know, you just come into the station, business hours, usually Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, and what we do is we fill out the coupon, and then we authorize it with our special seals of approval. And then you can head out there and get a free meal to a little taste of Texas. You just can't beat that, Aaron. You and I both know when we went and filmed their commercial, it's home for the best steaks in town.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
We got free steak because we had them sear it to perfection.
Oh, exactly.
And it sizzled.
And we couldn't let it go to waste.
All right, we'll take a quick break, grab the phone lines. When we come back, it's archive time.
Shut that.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
Today, so happy birthday to you all, and more and more people hopping on the Facebook Live. Belinda Nowak says happy Monday. Bubby Perkins is watching. Good morning. Jane Bird is watching as well. Bubby was doing some barbecuing this weekend. He put it on Facebook. It looked really good. I mean, 3 stacks of nothing but delicious barbecue. It was amazing.
Oh, wow.
Made me jealous.
I'd say so.
All right, Aaron, we updated on all that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. We come back, we'll be doing archiving. Stay tuned.
When the skies are
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local healthcare provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science.
In to see a doctor, so I want to continue to keep things going here. The archives, of course, are brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Incorporated. We've got an interesting setup for you today. We'll tell you more about that in 30 seconds. 15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto? No problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow. Check this out. So, we're doing the archives. We're having some technical difficulties with Angela's camera. And we're still having technical... There we go. Now can you hear me? You good? All right, Angela's in there with Aaron. And we're trying to figure out... Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I guess. I don't know what Aaron's got me doing back here.
Yeah, now you see what we deal with in the mornings back here. Yeah, but the archives, of course, brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. This is the ultimate test to see if you can hear me because, Angela...
History's made by the hard work that stands the test of time.
That would be correct.
I feel like I'm all wobble-jawed, like I should be like... Look.
Yeah, you get comfortable in a place and then... But nonetheless, before we get the archives kicked off, I have a text from good old Sam Terry. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to send this to the WCLU radio at Gmail address, Aaron. And if you will get this ready, we'll look at it at
Aaron, get it ready.
End of the archives. Okay? So go ahead and get that ready. And at the end of the archives, we will mention this, okay? But it's got to do with ice cream. So we don't want to mess up ice cream.
Perfect. I'll tell you one thing. It's like I didn't realize that we now had a sauna here at the radio station.
Yeah.
It's 7,000 degrees back here. I don't know what Aaron's doing.
Yeah, I'm going to send him another picture, actually, because Bubby Perkins, he's like, what time do y'all get there in the morning?
Early.
And not early enough.
Oh, yes, early enough.
So, yeah. Because, we've had some technical difficulties, but we're okay. Let's get started with the archives and take this thing back 100 years.
All right.
I sent you a picture of Bubby's barbecue this morning, or this weekend.
Bubby's barbecue.
It looks really good. All right, so we've got 1908.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 1918.
Okay.
Where Glasgow was treated to a sight that has never occurred before in its history and may never happen again.
Okay, what'd they get?
The caravan looked like a real war and was a phase of military life unknown in this section. And they're using the word union here still. They say every state in the union was represented by the men in khaki. The personnel was made up of 200 men of the Mechanical Repair Shop Unit Number 203 and 10 officers, most of the men having been on the border in the late Mexican spat. The fleet consisted of 90 trucks and 10 Dodge touring cars. So, if you're a young kid, never been exposed to anything like that, and that comes rolling through town, it's going to make an impression on you.
A touring car sounds fancy.
I guess it's kind of like a tank that moves faster. I'm not sure.
There you go.
Got a story from Bearwalla. Love Bearwalla stories. This is in 1928 in the Glasgow Times, where Bearwalla, which lies half in Hart County and half in Bexar County, was in gala attire. The Church of Christ there celebrated its 86th birthday with 3 services and a bucket dinner.
What's a bucket dinner?
KFC.
Oh, there you go. It's not KFC. It's like a lunch pail, something like that.
Yeah. I guess people would come and travel on whatever means of travel they had at that time.
Touring cars.
Put it in a bucket, and there you go. 2 sons of the first pastor. I guess. I don't know.
Have you ever cried in a bucket?
No. I've never kicked the bucket either, thank goodness. 2 sons of the first pastor, Reverend Edwin Smith, were present to celebrate that 86th birthday, and it is claimed that Reverend Smith served the church continuously for 54 years. Possibly no man in the Bearwalla section ever exerted such strong, wholesome influence for good as did this faithful follower of the fisherman of Galilee. Reverend Smith and the Bearwalla Church of Christ.
The metropolis of Bearwallow. It's weird because, like, I can see you here, and I can see you here, and I can see you through this crack right here. This is the most distracting room in the world.
It's all good, though. We got it. We got it.
There's like 1,000 Wests. Oh, my gosh.
Hey, did we get that picture of Bubby's barbecue?
You got the Bubby's barbecue picture ready?
Let me know when you do.
He's working on it.
All right. This is from Persimmon in 1938.
From what?
Persimmon.
Okay.
We're having hot weather, and we also had a rainstorm Saturday afternoon. The farmers are laying by corn and threshing wheat. The good housewives are about done canning berries. That's what's going on in Persimmon.
What were the bad housewives doing? Playing cards?
Playing bridge.
I'd be in that group.
Yep. I don't doubt it. This day in 1948, Miss Doris Garman, the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Coy Garman and Mr. Robert Smith, son of Mr. and Mrs. Lewis Smith of Debris, were married by Judge S.W. Free on June 22nd. How's that for the name of a judge? Judge Free.
There you go.
Judge, am I free?
I'd vote for him.
There you go. The bride was employed as a teacher at the Walnut Hill School, and the groom is a hustling young farmer. Just good old Southern Kentucky roots right there.
There you go.
2 good young folks getting together. I wish I could show you this picture, but I can't. But it's exciting. I could do this. We used to always do this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can kind of see that.
What is that?
So let me tell you, this is in 1958, where a valuable new facility for the Glasgow High School is nearing completion, which will provide quarters for the band and band music department. Everything will be in readiness for occupancy at the fall term. And that looks familiar. It looks, I mean, I don't know if it's still standing or not, but I know right where it used to sit, at least. So that's, and you know, the tradition of the Glasgow Scotty Band is like none other. And even in 1958, even had their own facility.
For sure.
So there you go. Here's an advertisement in 1968.
I was in recorder band in 4th grade. Does that count?
No.
I think it counts.
Everybody had to be.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody the other day about recorder band. They said that they knew some dude had like some big souped up recorder. And I want one of those.
You want one?
Yes.
I'll get you one if you'll play it every morning to start the day.
If you think I won't play that recorder on the air, you've lost your mind.
Okay. We'll make it happen.
That'll be worse than that little grabber thing I've got with the orange hand. You can grab people.
We can make it happen. Hey, here's your advertisement in 1968. I'll use my commercial voice. Open for business, light hardware and everyday needs. Drive-in parking next door to the Tasty Freeze. It's Pace Hardware and Farm Supply, 609 Columbia Avenue. That's a store I've heard about even growing up as a kid, the old Pace Hardware and Farm Supply store. Located at 609 Columbia Avenue. So they were advertising this day in 1968 in the Republican. So we'll move ahead another decade to 1978, where Glasgow High School Band is in the news once again. The majorettes are Doris Smith, Kim Foster, Melissa Ryan, Marlene Greer, Nan Norris, and Debbie Ryan. Those are your majorettes for the Glasgow High School Marching Band in 1978.
The baton throwers.
That's right.
I can throw a baton.
My mother
like
was.
Not like up in the air and catch it, but probably at somebody.
I don't.
He's got the barbecue ready.
Let's check out this barbecue.
Just a second.
I'm sorry, he's in the process of
I'm giving a
getting
shout out to my buddy, man, because I'm telling you, that he's who does my Thanksgiving turkey. And I just go pick it up, and then it's ready. And I take it to Nashville with my cousins.
There you go.
And they're like, "You did such a good job on this."
Do you take credit for that?
No, I don't.
I've taken credit for no-bake oatmeal cookies before. Bought them at the store, stuck them in a dish of mine. People say, "Wow, these are really good cookies." I'm like, "I know."
So is the email that slow today, or what?
No, it's Aaron. I don't know what he is so distracting. Why do you have some crying woman on there, Aaron?
That's for tidbit news.
Okay.
All right.
We need to let Angela produce the show one morning.
No.
All right. Barbecue pictures ready.
Okay, it's ready.
Okay, put it up.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Check that out. I mean, that's just sitting there cooking for hours. You can see the tastiness dripping down. Shout out, Bubby Perkins. This is like an everyday thing for him.
So when does our lunch arrive?
Bubby, you let us know. You let us know. We get here early. That would be good on a biscuit.
Bubby, I'm going to tell you right now. You come in, you ask for Angela. We will go live on the air right then.
We'll do it. I don't think we got any barbecue restaurants advertising with us right now.
Trying to tell you, Bubby, you better get down here.
All right. Here we go. Let's skip ahead to 1988. Mike Bransford, a Glasgow native, is among the performers and musicians appearing at Opryland Theme Park in Nashville coming up. So Mike Bransford, a talented musician from right here in Glasgow, check him out at the Opryland Theme Park coming up. Shout out to Shelby Heiser and Geraldine Turner this morning. Thank you for tuning in on Facebook Live.
We have a lot of good
Everybody on
local
the radio
music.
too. You know, we can see who you are sometimes on Facebook.
We can see you.
If you comment or if I'm friends with you, I can see. So I got two stories out of 1998, 20 years ago on this day. It was Sidewalk Days that were going to be July 31st through August 1st, which sounds like 2 days to me. But nonetheless, two is plural. Sidewalk Days, that's where they used to, all the businesses on the square and everything would put their stuff
out
for
on sale.
Out on the sidewalk. It's the same stuff they always had for sale, but they put it on sale. And it was cool because it just made the square feel a little bit different. I remember it.
Or they'd mark it up a little bit to mark it down.
There you go. That's retail for you. And then also on this day in 1998, the Barron County Fiscal Court approves the installation of video conferencing equipment to enable the circuit court system to conduct arraignments and hearings from the jail rather than transporting the prisoners.
Hold up, what year was that?
1998.
What happened?
Well, they approved purchasing this.
Because they just started that like a couple months ago, maybe?
Well, see, that was at the old jail. See?
Ah, the old jail.
There you go.
The asbestos-ridden old jail. I'm just joking. It's for sale. It does not have asbestos. That's a joke.
My mom needs to throw something in here. Glasgow High School majorettes did not use batons.
Oh.
So, no. So, thank you for that, Mom.
Yes, I could still throw a baton at somebody, though.
My cousin Justin Allen's just popped on there, too.
She had the rifle. I guess they had the rifles, maybe. My mom was a raider, and they had the rifles they threw.
Yeah, I know they had flags. I know they had a lot of flags.
I ain't throwing no gun at nobody.
And we'll wrap up the archives today where Cave City Council explores zoning ordinance.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Everything in Cave City should be zoned tourist.
Yes.
What a great entryway to our county and our community.
Right. I mean, zoning, I think it can be a good thing. I mean, if you don't want some, crazy stinky factory moving next door.
True.
Zoning prevents that.
True. I learned about that when I took my real estate test.
People get fired up about that, though.
All right, Aaron, throw the other picture up there.
Aaron, throw the other picture up.
The other picture.
The first one I sent. There we go. So this, Sam Terry sends us this. He says no credit necessary. But
is that Sam in the picture?
That is, I don't know. No, it's not, because this is 1904.
I'm joking.
This is 1904.
I love you, Sam. I'm joking.
While attending the St. Louis World's Fair, properly termed the Louisiana Purchase Exposition, Charles E. Menchez conceived the idea of filling a pastry cone with 2 scoops of ice cream. Other claimants to the honor also made or sold the cones at the fair, so it is reasonable to assume 1904 is accurate, if not the person's name. It was also at this time that the edible cornucopia, a cone made from a rolled waffle, became popular in the United States. As a result, today, July 23rd, is now National Vanilla Ice Cream Day.
I'm going to have to get one of those edible cornucopias.
which segues us into this announcement that the Glasgow Barron County Chamber Ice Cream Social is tomorrow from 3 until 5.
Yes.
What's one of the, besides Sidewalk Days, that's one of the coolest downtown events.
You know what my favorite ice cream is?
The bourbon ice cream?
The grape ice cream.
The grape ice cream?
Brett Lowe from Advanced Energy makes that ice cream. It is, I'm telling you, it is the most marvelous stuff I've ever had in my existence.
Grape ice cream.
I want to steal it. I seriously try to plot, can I get out the front door with that container of grape? I figure Ernie'd try to run me down on the square, and I'm not trying to cause all that commotion.
We don't need that. That's the Archives. Brought to you as a service of Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware, and brought to you by the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center, who compiles all this information for us each and every day. We appreciate that very much. And shout out to Becky Waller on Facebook. When we come back, we'll take a look at your weather forecast, and we've got what I think is a difficult trivia question today. Stay tuned here on Good Morning Live.
Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man. But there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Here we go. A couple things to get us updated on. We have Isaac Logston having a birthday. And we also have an announcement about the shindig on the square tomorrow. They're going to have that Hawaiian Shave Ice booth up there from 5 to 8 on the square here. And if you go by and get Hawaiian Shave Ice, all the proceeds are going to go to the Barron County cheerleaders. Good morning, Sydney Shaw. How you doing this morning? So that takes care of that. Now let's take a look at your weather forecast. Here is Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel.
Clouds in, and as long as upper-level low pressure is spinning around, we will continue to have more showers, thunderstorms in our forecast. They're not out of the forecast until sometime on Wednesday, so the pattern holds. More rounds of showers, thunderstorms, with dry periods mixed in today. Clouds will quickly start to gather. We'll get some partial sun at times. Isolated showers, thunderstorms it is. Better chance in the afternoon when we get some of that daytime heating, 80 degrees. Showers and thunderstorms will threaten as we head on through tonight. And then a scattering of showers and thunderstorms for Tuesday. Actually, the coverage Tuesday might be a little bit better than today. Highs will be in the low 80s, and then with sunshine coming back by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll start seeing temperatures respond. Cloud, sun, 87 on Wednesday, sunshine Thursday in the upper 80s, and Friday partly cloudy with highs in the upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, a Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Let's take a look at that constant coverage in studio radar. Make sure we don't have anything to worry about. Yeah, Lexington, Nicholasville, where they had the Barbasol Championship. And Frankfort, anywhere northeast or southeast of that's getting rain, but up and down I-65 today, it's pretty clear. As you get down near Murfreesboro and Chattanooga area, you're going to see some more rain. But let's move northwest a little bit, Aaron, if you don't mind. Yeah, nothing on the northwest either, so that looks good. Let's take a look at the current conditions. Right now we are at 92% humidity. The winds are calm. The barometer is at 29.85. Precipitation is at 0.09 inches. That's 0.09 of an inch. When we come back, we'll play trivia here on Good Morning Live.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliehide Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
All right. Shout out to Jeffrey Boggs. He clapped. He did one of these emojis, Aaron. So I don't know if that's like trying to kill a fly, like shoo fly.
Yeah.
Or if that's just like, good job. I don't know. We're going to have an opportunity. We don't have a Facebook-only prize today, but we're going to work hard to get that going full time because that was a big success. So if you're on Facebook Live, you can, I would just call 270-651-9149 in 30 seconds because we're going to play Long John Silver's A&W Trivia. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Long John Silver's, home of our new $5 Real Deal Box. Dive into our wild-caught 100% Alaskan whitefish, natural cut fries, hush puppies, dessert, and a drink.
Long John Silver's is putting burgers on notice with our hand-battered and fried to perfection Alaskan whitefish sandwich, fries, Cinepuffs, and a drink for just $5.
It's our $5 Real Deal Box. Because at Long John Silver's, you deserve more.
The $5 Real Meal Deal is the real deal. Long John's, Glasgow, and Cave City.
Trivia line is open. The number to call is 270-651-9149. That's 270-651-9149. Aaron, let's flash that question up now. What is a flock of crows called? I want to know, what is a flock of crows called? 270-651-9149 is the number to call, and somebody thinks they know already.
Good
Good morning, Trivia.
Murder?
That's right. Who am I speaking with?
This is Ray Green.
Ray Green, one of our archivists. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine this morning.
Where are you listening from?
I'm in Cave City.
Cave City, all right. Well, Ray, I thought that was a tough question, but maybe that's just because I'd never heard of it. But you obviously got that down. It's murder.
Everything's hard when we don't know it.
That's right. Well, Ray, congratulations. Come by and see us at the radio station at 229 West Main Street. We'll get you hooked up with your Long John Silver's coupon, okay?
Thanks so much.
Anything else you want to add about crows or eating crow? Because I'm eating crow right now since I said it was hard, but obviously it's not.
I've got a Massachusetts joke about crows, but it's too long. I won't tell it over there.
Okay. Well, you can tell it when you come by and see us. How about that?
Okay.
All right, Ray. Thank you so much. Have a good day. That's Ray Green, one of our archivists, who is correct. It's murder. That is what it's weird. That's what it's called, but nonetheless, that is what it is. CBS News is next.
CBS News update. A war of words escalates between President Trump and Iran's Hassan Rouhani. CBS's Anne-Marie Green says it began with the Iranian leader.
As he was speaking to Iranian diplomats, he said, "Mr. Trump, don't play with the lion's tail. This would only lead to regret. America should know that peace with Iran is the mother of all peace, and war with Iran is the mother of all wars."
President Trump tweeted last night in all caps, warning, "Never ever threaten the U.S. again, or you will suffer consequences the like of which few throughout history have ever suffered before." Military analyst Mike Lyons.
When you make a threat like he has in this tweet, it becomes somewhat now of an official statement that he now will have to back up going forward.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo in California yesterday.
I think everyone can agree that the regime in Iran has been a nightmare for the Iranian people.
Rouhani calling Pompeo's remarks funny and ridiculous. CBS News update.
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Unfordville, W253BN Glasgow, services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
There are exciting things happening at Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic. This is nurse practitioner Brittany Jackson, and yes, the moving and unpacking are complete. Everything is set up, and we are ready to start taking care of you and your family at our new location, 1214B North Race Street. We are so excited for you to come see our new facility on the corner of North Race and Professional Park, directly across from TJ Sampson Hospital. We have bigger exam rooms, more parking, and even some new faces. Samantha and I want to introduce you to our new office staff, Kim Fogel, who will be the voice you hear on the phone when you call and who will assist you with scheduling appointments and requesting refills. Even though our location has changed, what has not changed is our commitment to personal, individualized care for our patients. Our motto is hometown healing, and that is one thing that will never change or be compromised. Our phone number is still the same, 270-629-6722, and our door is always open for new patients. Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic. We are looking forward to seeing you at our new location, 1214B North Race Street in Glasgow. Call today to set up your appointment.
And before we get to the 7 o'clock live and local morning edition, I am joined on the phone by another smart fella, Mr. Dr. Benny Lyle. How are you, Dr. Benny Lyle?
Hey, I'm doing great. Good morning.
Well, so here's the deal, Benny. Have you won trivia already this month?
I have, yeah.
Okay, so you're calling in after trivia with some more useful information. Is that right about KSR coming to our area?
Well, I hope so, right. They're going to be in town this morning at Edmonton. They'll be at our old school cafe, broadcasting live today. So I know you all like folks to listen on the air, but we hope a lot of people come out today and catch it live.
They always have a big turnout.
They do, and I understand there's a contest going on throughout the summer. If you make so many of the remotes, you're entered for some drawing for UK tickets, so hopefully that'll entice people too. And I need to let people know we've cooked up an extra batch of donuts this morning, and the award-winning cinnamon rolls, and there's plenty of hot coffee, so everybody
great.
Please. Oh, it's going to be great. And actually, I think the show runs till 11 o'clock, and 11 is when our students start serving lunch. So the fresh salad bar and sandwiches will be available afterwards. So donuts, cinnamon rolls, salad bar, and sandwiches. It's going to be a great day.
All right, so just so people aren't confused, tell us about the Old School Cafe a little bit. Is that a student-run organization, restaurant?
It is. It's a student-run cafe. It is out of our old high school cafe, and we've had several people on Twitter and Facebook wanting to know the location. and that is right across the street from South Central Bank, also across from the Metcalfe County Health Department, so it's right there on the 4-lane. We've got signs out this morning. Right, can't miss it. Signs out this morning welcoming KSR. It is run by our high school students, so they'll be there taking orders, serving, and they were in this morning probably about the same time you and Angela were, in about 3:30, 4 o'clock, getting everything ready to go.
Yeah. Been here ever since.
Right. And listen, we're glad to have KSR, Matt Jones, and his crew here today, but we're open for breakfast Monday through Saturday throughout the summer, lunch Monday through Friday, and, of course, certainly when school starts back in, we'll just keep right going. So we welcome people out any day of the week, obviously except Sunday, to come visit us.
That's excellent. That is so cool to hear. I didn't actually know that was run 100% by students, so I'm glad I learned that. So that's cool. And, Kentucky Sports Radio is the biggest show, the biggest audience in the state. The spotlight will be on Metcalfe County and Edmonton today. What does that feel like for somebody being over there?
Well, we're very glad of that. I know Chris Huffman here in our office started working on getting them here last year, actually. Didn't pan out, but this summer kind of everything aligned just right, and Chris put a lot of effort into that, and so a lot of community people here have supported it as well. So we're very excited that there'll be thousands tuned in today listening to the broadcast from Edmonton.
There will be, and they won't just be in Kentucky on the terrestrial airwaves. They'll be listening, streaming. That's like one of the biggest sports talk shows in the country, actually, as far as a locally generated show. So, big deal. It's a really big deal, and hope folks will come out. So, Dr. Lyle, thank you for representing Metcalfe County, and thank you for talking about those fine young individuals that you have that are getting ready to have the spotlight on them today.
All right. Thank you all for giving us a minute or two to talk about it, and we really look forward to seeing everyone today.
And it looks like in about 8 more days you can win trivia again, okay?
We'll be there.
Okay. Thanks, Dr. Lyle.
See you. Thanks.
That's Dr. Benny Lyle reminding everybody Kentucky Sports Radio will be in Edmonton today to do their live show from 9 to 11 Central Time. Check that out. The Old School Cafe and the students there are going to be ready to treat you with donuts and their award-winning cinnamon rolls and fresh coffee. Check it out. The 7 o'clock news you depend on is coming up in just a moment. Stay tuned to Good Morning Live.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Good morning, everyone. If you're just tuning in, we are hanging on at 69 degrees. Ray Stajic has more from the Weather Channel. But first, let's get our first check of local news with Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Wes. A Friday afternoon accident claims the life of a Smiths Grove woman just past 1 Friday afternoon. The Barron County Sheriff's Office was called to the 8000 block of New Bowling Green Road in reference to a vehicle versus pedestrian accident. According to the Sheriff's Office, 54-year-old Timothy Dick of Columbia was driving eastbound in a Ford F-250, noticed someone on the side of the roadway by a mailbox. Now, as Dick's truck got closer, 73-year-old Barbara Goodall of Smiths Grove started to cross the road. Dick told deputies he blew his horn and moved partially off the roadway to try to and avoid hitting her, yet she continued to cross. Goodall collided with the driver's side of the truck. She was pronounced dead at the scene by the Barron County Coroner's Office. Dick was uninjured in the accident. Now, the Federal Reserve Bank Act of 1913 is what created the Federal Reserve System. The act established a new central bank, which was intended to serve as a formal lender of last resort to banks in times of a crisis. Panics where depositors may try to withdraw their money faster than a normal fractional reserve bank could actually pay it out. Now, the Chamber of Commerce welcomed the president of the St. Louis Federal Reserve Bank, James Bullard, to Friday morning's quarterly breakfast. Bullard's been president and CEO of the St. Louis Fed since April of 2008. He directs the activities of the bank's head office, as well as 3 branches in Little Rock, Louisville, and Memphis. The People's Bank brought Bullard to town, and he sat down for a very informal, candid interview with the media on Friday. Now, yield curves were a big topic Friday at the breakfast, and unless you're an economist or just love numbers, it's easy to get bogged down in the terminology. So basically, a yield curve shows the interest rates across different contract lengths, like 2 months, 2 years, or 20 years, for a similar debt contract. The curve shows the relationship between the level of interest rate and the time to mature, known as the term. For example, the U.S. dollar interest rates paid on U.S. Treasury have various maturities, are closely watched by many traders, and are commonly plotted on a graph, which is informally called the yield curve. Now, yield curves have historically been a good indicator of a recession, meaning as this curve flattens out, a recession can be expected usually within the next year. Bullard spoke to that point.
Yeah, I think it's it's a great point. It's one I've been emphasizing. The yield curve inversion has been a great signal for the U.S. economy of impending recession. So it could be that this time is different. It could be that something special. But I've learned over the years to respect this signal. And what it really is bond traders having a different view of the prospects for the U.S. economy than what the Fed might have. The Fed is at the short end of the curve, but the bond traders, global bond traders, are at the long end. And they're making an assessment about how much growth they think is out there, how much inflation they think is out there. So when the yield curve is inverted, you could interpret that as a clash between what global markets are thinking and what the committee is thinking. And I wouldn't mind telling a story that this time is different and that it's okay, but I don't think we have to do that. Inflation's low, inflation's under control, inflation expectations are low. So I just don't think we have to go test whether we can invert the yield curve and get away without having a recession. We don't need to do that in this situation.
During the breakfast, Bullard spoke to his support of free trade, which basically means that international trade is left to its natural course without tariffs, quotas, or other restrictions. Now, the race to the bottom effect is characterized by a progressive lowering or deterioration of standards, especially in business context, as a result of the pressure of competition. Meaning, say, if one country could make a widget for $10, another will come in and offer to make it for $9 and guarantee low worker wages. Then the next country comes up and offers an even lower cost of production and low worker wages and will guarantee no worker benefits. Another will then come in, offer an even lower cost of production, lower worker wages, no worker benefits, and very lax environmental standards, ultimately leaving a situation where the workers live in poverty and the environment suffers as well. The only place to go, basically, is down to zero. I asked Bullard how free trade without safeguards in place wouldn't lead to a race to the bottom effect.
No, I think you can produce great goods all around the world. French wine is pretty good.
I would agree.
Kentucky bourbon is pretty good, and consumers around the world should get to drink Kentucky bourbon if they want, and they should get to drink French wine if they want. And so I don't see it as a situation where it's impoverishing to French wine workers or to Kentucky bourbon makers to allow that. What you want is those that are the best producers of products, either luxury products or staples products, any kind of product. You want the best producer to get the largest market share, because that's what competition is supposed to do, and that forces the other producers to up their game, get better at producing their goods, and produces better outcomes for everybody. So that's the economic intuition behind this, and it could be luxury goods, it could be simple goods, it could be very basic goods, but on all those dimensions, we'd like to get the best producers to have the opportunity to have the largest market share.
Again, that was James Bullard, President and CEO of the St. Louis Federal Reserve Bank. 7:21 a.m., 69 degrees.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
In more local news, more than 500,000 Kentuckians covered by Medicaid will have their dental, vision, and non-emergency medical transportation benefits restored retroactive to July 1. Now, while this announcement comes as a sigh of relief for more than 500,000 Kentuckians who lost benefits without notice, the threat to Medicaid coverage isn't over. A new federal comment period is an attempt to reapprove the very same requirements and penalties proposed in the governor's Medicaid waiver was recently blocked in federal court. Is back open. The Kentucky Voices for Health are again collecting comments with the hope that the state and federal administrators will listen closely to the needs and concerns of Kentuckians, and they'll work collaboratively with stakeholders to design a waiver that will truly move Kentucky's health, economy, and quality of life forward. The Glasgow City Council has a pretty light agenda for tonight. The council will recognize Roger Clinton, who retires from the Glasgow Airport Board, and Daniel Williams for his accomplishments at the Special Olympics. 911 Director Chris Freeman will be addressing the council about the Missing Kids Readiness Program, and the council is expected to pass an ordinance for a natural gas right-of-way and the lease of the Glasgow Airport. The council is also expected to go into closed session to discuss pending litigation. While no specifics were given on the agenda or from the city, it's likely the council will be given an update on the suit that's been filed against the city, along with other entities on behalf of the estate of Kristen Edwards. Edwards' body was found in the Green River in 2016, and according to court documents, she had attempted to call 911 on the day of her murder. The meeting will begin tonight at 7 o'clock in the City Council chambers in City Hall in downtown Glasgow. The meeting is open to the public. If you can't make it, you can always catch the live stream online at WCLUradio.com, watch WCLU.com, and on WCLU Radio's Facebook page. When WKU President Tim Caboni took over more than a year ago, he said he wanted to visit each of the 27 counties in WKU's service area. He spent the summer doing just that, as Amy Bingham explains in this week's View from the Hill.
At the end of the day, the best communication is one-on-one.
That sums up exactly why WKU President Tim Caboni is spending the summer crisscrossing South Central Kentucky.
To understand from where our students come, that if we have a service region, how are we serving each one of those counties in a way that's important to the county.
He typically meets with city and county leaders as well as educators. A recent driving tour of Simpson County offered a better understanding of the area's economic development.
The logistics here, the access and proximity to the interstate, and then the growth of the automotive industry has truly allowed this county to capitalize on that and attract companies from all over the world.
Food has also played a big role in this fact-finding mission.
Having a milkshake, having a hamburger, having some barbecue, having some fried fish, having some fried chicken livers. I've eaten all of that on this trip.
Building long-term relationships in the process.
The work is fun. It will pay off in the long term. Maybe not for my waistline, but for the university.
Reporting for WCLU, I'm Amy Bingham.
And with WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. It's 7:26 a.m. on this manic Monday morning, 69 degrees. All right, folks, we've got Jeff Jesse on the phone this morning. Now, he is the head coach and manager of the GAP 12 and Under Little League All-Stars, and you guys are really on a roll lately.
Yeah, we've competed well. We've been at state tournament all weekend, and we started out with a victory over Adair County Saturday, and then we came back on Sunday and beat Floyd County, and we were waiting tonight to play Lexington Eastern.
And now these weren't, small wins. It's like 11-3 on Adair, and then 13-1 on South Central Floyd County.
Yeah, our bats came alive. We've hit the ball really well and played really good defense, and the boys are really playing good right now.
So tell me a little bit about this team.
Well, they're selected from our league division, 12U division, from Glasgow Athletics program. They're selected by the coaches as the all-star team, and they go to district tournament first, and we won that. We went 5-1 there, winning the district, and then we moved up state, and that's where we're at now. We're in pool play at the time, and we move on to the semifinals tomorrow. We've advanced to that by winning those first two games. Mm-hmm. So we will definitely move on to the semifinals tomorrow night, and we'll see what happens.
And who do you all play tomorrow night?
We won't know that till today. That's part of the finishing up pool play, knowing who you'll face, and that's what we're waiting on.
And then what happens when you guys win tomorrow night?
Tomorrow night we'll be in the finals on Wednesday, and if you win that, we move on to the regionals in Indianapolis.
How excited is this team to be heading to be playing these games, to have advanced this far?
Oh, they're really excited. They was a little nervous the first game, state. Had a little jitters first inning, and then we, regrouped and got it going. After that, they hit the ball really well, played good defense. Our pitching's been great.
And if folks want to support this team, they want to find out more, do you guys have a Facebook page? I mean, can they, where can they catch the games?
You can go to Kentucky State Little League District 5, and it'll keep you updated with the games. There's we don't have an actual Facebook page or anything, but go to that because they're hosting the state, so every game's updated on there.
Mm-hmm. And all these are local kids playing, all kids from this area?
Yeah, they're all Glasgow, Berrien County area kids. So Glasgow baseball future's pretty bright. We've been to the state tournament the last 6 years in a row. Actually, a couple of years there was a couple of different teams for Glasgow Athletics program that made the state division, 10U and 12U both. And this year 10U is also there, and they're competing also, but I don't have any updates on them at this time.
Well, all right. So again, you guys play tonight, and then again tomorrow night.
That's correct.
Well, all right.
Tonight and tomorrow night for sure, and then hopefully Wednesday night for the championship. We'd love for everybody to come out and root the kids on. I know they would really appreciate it.
Now, where's the games at?
We're in Lebanon, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. Which is not that far.
No, it's not that far. About an hour and 15-minute drive. It's Graham Memorial Park, and it's a great park, and come on out and support these kids. They would love it.
Well, thank you so much, Jeff. Best of luck to you and the entire 12 and under GAP Little League All-Stars.
Thank you very much for having us.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Tens of thousands of Kentuckians are without power this morning following Friday storms. Kentucky utility spokesperson Daniel Lowry tells WKYT over 12,000 customers in Lexington still didn't have power as of 2:30 p.m. Sunday.
We hope to have the bulk of people, the majority of our folks here in Lexington and in Versailles, restored before the end of Tuesday. And in some cases, it'll be sooner and quicker.
KU technician Mike Linkavage tells WKYT each outage comes with its own set of problems.
You know, you got to look at everything. You got to walk backyards. You got to drive down the road. You got to check everything before you can even start working, and then again before you can even energize everything.
Workers from 5 different states are in Kentucky to provide assistance in restoring that power. 2 tornadoes touched down in Kentucky Friday, according to the National Weather Service. Friday's storms produced an EF1 tornado in Hart County and an EF0 tornado in Metcalfe County. A Kentucky native is among the 17 people killed in a deadly tour boat accident in Branson, Missouri. Butch Coleman of Harlan County was killed alongside 8 family members Thursday when their tour boat capsized during severe storms. The electronic sign in front of Coleman's high school, Harlan High, now reads thoughts and prayers for the Coleman family.
We've got a saying that we've been using here within our district that I think rings true, and that is, once a dragon, always a dragon.
Charles Morton, superintendent of Harlan Independent Schools, tells WYMT Harlan High's Alumni Association and the local nonprofit With Love from Harlan are working to raise money for the 2 Coleman survivors. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Ugh. I was about to pull my own hair out. I've been driving around for the last hour trying to find a place for me and my kids to get our hair cut on a Saturday morning. I know, good luck, right? Well, don't pull your hair out. Stop in and see our friends down at Heritage 76 Barbershop today. Heritage 76 Barbershop is located right on the Glasgow Square, so it's not difficult to find, so there won't be any driving around looking for a place. You can go right next to the Plaza Theater. You'll see the barber pole right out front. You can stop in and see David, Anthony, and Cody, who have more than 50 years of combined barbershop experience. No problems if you want to stop in on a Saturday as well. They're open from 8 to 3, and you can make an appointment if you want to schedule your time, or you can just show up and walk in with the kids. Either way, you're going to lean back in a professional environment with a big screen TV and 3 barbers who can carry on a conversation and cut hair. Stop in and see Heritage 76 Barbershop, or visit our website, heritage76barbershop.com. Call for an appointment or stop in, but whatever you do, don't pull your hair out driving around on another Saturday. See Heritage 76 Barbershop.
The following weather forecast is brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards and Private Caregiver and Referral Services. When roles reverse in your later years, when child becomes caretaker and the needs of the parent become most important, it's comforting to know that there's help along the way. Peggy Tuck Edwards would like for you to be informed about Private Caregiver and Referral Services, because sometimes our elders just need a little company and companionship. It's our duty to see that those needs are met, whether in the home or in an assisted living or nursing home facility. Peggy and her network of compassionate caregivers are ready to meet you and your loved one's needs. Call 270-670-7062.
Clouds in, and as long as upper-level low pressure is spinning around, we will continue to have more showers, thunderstorms in our forecast. They're not out of the forecast until sometime on Wednesday, so the pattern holds. More rounds of showers, thunderstorms with dry periods mixed in today. The clouds will quickly start to gather. We'll get some partial sun at times. Isolated showers, thunderstorms it is. Better chance in the afternoon when we get some of that daytime heating, 80 degrees. Showers and thunderstorms will threaten as we head on through tonight. And then a scattering of showers and thunderstorms for Tuesday. Actually, the coverage Tuesday might be a little bit better than today. Highs will be in the low 80s, and then with sunshine coming back by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we'll start seeing temperatures respond. Cloud, sun, 87 on Wednesday, sunshine Thursday in the upper 80s, and Friday partly cloudy with highs in the upper 80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Good to have Ray back. I guess he was on vacation for a few days there, but nonetheless, let's take a look at the constant coverage in-studio radar screen, where if you look to the east of us here, up in Lexington and down around Somerset, London area, they're getting quite a bit of rain, but up and down 65, and right here in south central Kentucky, free and clear. Let's take a look at the current conditions. Right now, 92% humidity. The winds are calm, and the barometer is at 29.85. Precipitation is at 0.09 inches over the last 24 hours. That's 0.09 of an inch. When we come back, we're going to have birthday announcements for you, brought to you by Ralphie's Fun Center.
Why do you choose the pharmacy you use? Is it because of someone you know, or is it short wait times? Highland Pharmacy has considered all of these things that make your experience at the pharmacy pleasant. With a top-notch staff of pharmacists and techs you know and trust, 2 drive-through windows, and a commitment to not making you sit and wait any longer than necessary, you can see why so many choose Highland Pharmacy, and we invite you to come see us for your next prescription. Highland Pharmacy, just over from the TJ Health Pavilion, 301 Rogers Road. Call 270-629-4300.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
Ralphie's Fun Center brings you the birthday list for today, and I want to say happy 25th birthday to Corey Wheeler. That's 25 years old, Corey Wheeler. Your grandmother called that in. Also, Alice Hamill has a birthday today. Isaac Logston. Lank Mills turns 5 years old today. Got a birthday for Fanny Kinslow. It's her 87th. Happy 65th to Janet Wyatt. Jonathan DeTilio is 23. Elijah Wood is 13. Blake Howard has a birthday, along with Aubrey Russell, who is 2, and that's your niece, isn't it, Aaron?
Yes, it is.
All right, so a big celebration for her today and this past weekend also. Dale Young is turning 75 years young today. Also, Alan Pennycuff, Taylor Dillingham, McCree Houchins, Ashley Martin. Grant Wood is 8 years old today, and Grant Tittle is 16 years old. We'll talk more about him in just a moment. We have the second anniversary today for Hannah and Seth Edmonds. Also, Roy and Shirley Deckard, 24 years today. Justin and Shauna Wood celebrating 14 years of marriage, and they have a very nice couple indeed. I know those folks and good folks. And then Joe and Barbara Hatchett, who are also great folks. They're celebrating another wonderful wedding anniversary today. Your good as gold person of the day is Grant Tittle, who is sweet 16 today. If you see Grant Tittle around town, be sure you pat him on the back and tell him he's good as gold from his friends here at WCLU and a little taste of Texas. And we got a little bit to talk about here as far as Little Taste of Texas. We've got a weekly drawing, and so Grant Tittle is the drawer for today. I don't think I had a nomination form on that, but give me just a second. I did not, but you can nominate someone to be good as gold at WCLUradio.com, and we like to hear those nominations as well. We're going to be doing some tidbit news when we come back here in about 60 seconds on Good Morning Live.
Are you looking for a new home for your...
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
All right, so you can see me and Aaron on the screen, and you can hear Angela. We've messed up Angela's camera somehow. We're going to figure that out before tomorrow's show.
That's good. I'm up here sniffing essential oils.
Oh, that's great. Oh.
My mom just brought me some capsules.
Mm-hmm.
They keep me from wanting to choke everybody out.
Is that peace and calming?
Aaron, that doesn't save you.
Yeah, I know.
We infuse the peace and calming in our home.
Yes.
It works sometimes.
It really, yeah, sometimes.
So, yeah, it's Monday. Things like this happen on Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to get it fixed.
Yes, they do.
For Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tidbit news story number 1.
Okay.
We've got a fajita heist.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. So here it is. A Texas man pled guilty to stealing more than $1.2 million worth of fajitas.
What?
While acting as a public servant. He's been sentenced to 50 years in prison.
50 years old. That better be some good fajitas. Do you hear me?
Well, his name is Gilberto Escamilla. He's 53. He was employed at Darrell B. Hester Juvenile Detention Center in
Hold up. He worked at the Juvenile Detention Center, and he stole their fajitas?
Not the fajitas.
Yes, he did. It was discovered that he had been placing orders using county funds and then selling them for his own profit. Been doing it since 2008.
What, he had like a food truck?
I mean, probably. It's kind of sad. I'm going to keep going through this story to get to the good.
He sucks.
Yeah. So basically, Escamilla's scheme unraveled after a delivery driver with Labatt Food Service phoned the detention center to give kitchen employees a heads up that 800-pound delivery of fajitas had arrived.
Shut up.
In other words, make room in the fridge.
Oh, my
for
Lord.
that. That's according to the Brownsville Herald down there in Texas. So the police immediately became suspicious as the minors at the detention center aren't served fajitas.
Well, yeah,
they don't even give them fajitas.
Dude, 800 pounds? Oh.
It's on its way. However, the delivery driver insisted that he had been delivering fajitas to the detention center for the past 9 years.
Stop it.
So after he was fired and arrested and found guilty and all that, here's what he said. Here's what the guy says. He says, "It was selfish. It started small and got bigger and out of control." That's according to his court testimony.
Wow.
He says, "It got to the point where I couldn't control it anymore." Now, everybody, I love fajitas, but I can keep it under control.
I'm trying to tell you, it's not that serious.
So Texas law considers this crime to be a first-degree felony and allows for a sentence of up to 99 years. He got 50, and he's going to have to pay a fine as well.
He sucks, for real.
That's tidbit story number 1.
What is wrong with him? That's the dumbest. Oh, seriously. Nobody's going to notice if I do this. All of a sudden, I've got the best fajita truck in the world.
Well, I mean, he probably started out with a couple pounds, and like he said, it just got out of control.
There would have to become a point where he's like, okay, I can quit my job at the detention center.
You can always get in too deep, no matter what it is.
It's fajitas, Aaron.
Jail is its own little world, and sometimes the employees there take advantage of the situation to make some extra money.
Did you see where they, I can't remember what jail it was, but where they accidentally let the wrong person out of jail?
Really? No, I didn't. But you look into that, and we'll get that on Tidbit News tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
It's funny.
So here's our next story. This is I'm becoming to love this website, Reuters.com. This is out of Florida. Now listen, you guys don't laugh because
I'm already laughing.
Part of this is not funny. The headline is, okay? So let's keep this thing.
Don't get offended, people.
Okay. The headline reads, "A Florida man with no arms is charged with stabbing a man with scissors." Don't laugh. Aaron, stop.
I turned my mic off.
All right, so this guy's 46-year-old homeless man with no arms was arrested in Miami Beach. The man, Florida native Jonathan Crenshaw, was stabbed a 22-year-old Chicago man twice with scissors before running away. Crenshaw is a local fixture known for painting colorful works of art with his feet.
Did he waive his rights in court? I couldn't keep rubbing him. Sorry.
Notice I'm being good. All right, so he's known as being a local painter. He paints with his feet. Okay, Crenshaw, who told police he acted in self-defense, which I could believe that, was being held at Turner Guilford Knight Correctional Center in Miami. His court-appointed attorney, Devin Frampton, could not immediately be reached for comment, but the victim is Cesar Coronado, admitted to a local hospital bleeding from his left arm. He and a female friend who were present said Coronado asked Crenshaw for directions and he was attacked. So 2 sides of that story.
I totally believe the guy that paints with his feet.
I mean, so there you go.
Dude, I think they should give that guy a pass. I really do.
I'm telling you, it's survival of the fittest out there.
I'm trying to tell you right now, if I lose my arms, you better believe I'm going to be able to do some things with my toes.
Yeah, so, I mean, he needs to stick to painting. Sounds like he sniffed too much of the paint.
I totally agree.
Okay, now I'm going to be funny for a minute. I just imagine him trying to give directions. Like, first you turn this way, then you got to... Okay. All right, we're doing... There's nothing funny about not having arms.
No.
But the headline is funny that you can be charged with stabbing someone.
With scissors.
Just picture that in your head.
We don't see some full, like, 360 roundhouse type deal with a knife between his toes.
Had to have been.
Round one.
But if you think about it, scissor, you can actually probably grip those pretty good with multiple toes.
Yeah.
I'm picturing like the Matrix style. Like
yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Slow motion. And you know that Cesar guy was flipping out. You know it? It's like, oh, crap.
Yeah, I would be too. All right.
Next time he'll put that thing in Google Maps to find out where it's going.
Meanwhile, here we go. So this is out of Australia, down under, where a postman has been criticized by a homeowner for writing threatening warning notes on letters before putting them through his door. So this is where this is not like a mailbox by the road. This is like he's got to walk to the door and put it in the little insert place for the mail. The unknown post office person, which in Australia they call them posties, just like they call everything different in Australia.
Just that E on the end.
Left several notes. So he says he needs to go over the grass, which is covered in bushes and greenery. So let's put the first letter up.
All right.
He's basically writing on other mail. He says that's the last one.
Oh,
put the first one up there.
Here. There we go.
All right. Good morning. I won't be delivering anymore.
In front
of your yard.
It is not clear.
It is not clear. I'm in front.
And on side.
Basically, he's saying if you don't trim your hedges and your bushes and cut your grass, I'm not bringing your mail anymore.
Guess you heard that, didn't you?
I don't blame the guy because, I mean, look, when I'm scared of snakes just like Angela. Anyway.
He's like mail carrier / plant police.
So it's here's what the guy says. He says our garden. He says our garden. He calls it a garden. Like, yeah, that's a garden.
It's a wildflower garden.
It's looking the same for the past 12 years. We just received those warning messages within the past month. Some of us did mention about safety to postmen. Definitely, this is very important. Riding over nature strips in wet weather is not safe, and it could be slippery. Mud can get into his wheels, spreading to all neighbors' driveway.
Oh, no, not mud in the driveway.
Yeah. Down under, that's what it is. So it says, I apologize if you think the driver is threatening you. However, they are entitled to ride across nature strips.
Heard that.
This is to ensure safe, accurate, and fast deliveries. So basically, the court in Australia is taking the mailman's side, saying, hey, you can write that on the letters. You can leave notes. You can ask. Just don't threaten.
There you go.
But he said, I'm done. By the way, that's the first shot I've missed in the last 6 days. My free throw percentage has now gone down from 100 to whatever 17 out of 18 is. I'll have to go pick that up after we take this commercial break from Tidbit News.
Hey, everybody. This
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Good morning, friends. You know, one of the favorite passages within the Bible for some people is Psalms 23. You know how it starts. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Jesus wants to be your shepherd, but he cannot unless you allow him to do so. If we allow Jesus to be the great shepherd of our souls, then the promise is that we shall not want. But shall not want for what? Number 1, rest, spiritual rest and peace, knowing we are right with God. Number 2, forgiveness. Jesus died so that we might live. Number 3, companionship. He's promised never to leave us or forsake us during the storms of life. Number 4, the necessities of life. He does not promise a new car, a new iPhone, or the absence of having to work, but he will not leave us destitute of life's necessities. Number 5, honor in his sight. The Lord knows those who are his and will exalt them in due time. And number 6, mercy and goodness bestowed upon us throughout our days on earth. It is only because of the mercy of God that we can be saved. Only through his grace can we find an eternal home in heaven. When we willingly submit to God and turn to him in obedient faith, then he will hold us near to him. If the Lord really is our shepherd, then we shall not want for any of these things. This is Danny White for the Refuge Church of Christ.
All right, folks. Thank you, Danny. Appreciate the good word this morning. Don't forget, today at 9 o'clock, Kentucky Sports Radio will be live from the Old School Cafe in Edmonton with Matt Jones and crew. And so everybody's invited. This is a public event. Come on out to the donut shop and check out the biggest show in the state of Kentucky. Heard right here on these airways, 1490 WCLU, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11. Kentucky Sports Radio. Shout out to Angela Martin, Roger Minyard, Patrick Gauntz, and Tommy Burge this morning. Liz Kopus is listening as well. So thank y'all for taking advantage of the Facebook Live thing. We started doing that because we wanted folks who lived out in the county to be able to see us if they like to see us. Don't forget about a few other community events going on. Horse Cave Baptist Church, 150-year celebration in August. So today, Toby Nunn will be preaching. July 29th, Russ Levers will be preaching. Andy Dixon will lead the worship. Josh Houck will preach on August the 5th, and more on that, so stay tuned with that. And the Glasgow Chamber of Commerce annual ice cream social is tomorrow from 3 to 5, a free event. Come and check it out. There's going to be like 50 or 60 different flavors of ice cream. It's going to be great. Check that out. Also, Superstar Chef 3-day cooking camp will be this Tuesday, July 24th through Thursday, July 26th. It'll be from 9 to 1 each day. It's right here on West Main Street. For more information, call 651-3818. That's 651-3818. We're going to say goodbye to our Facebook audience as we just said hello to Liz Kopus. But Liz, turn your radio on to 102.3, 1490 AM, or play WCLU.com. And we...
Speaking of play, hold up. What song are you getting ready to play?
I'll tell you here in a minute. Stay tuned.
You've put it off. You've tried to deny it. But the moment has come. Dun, dun, dun. For your kid's first smartphone. Take comfort in being more connected. Now for even less. Bluegrass Cellular is offering a selection of new smartphones for less than $5 a month. You heard that right. Less than $5 a month. That's less than the price of a fancy coffee. Before you send them back